guys want to take pictures, now's the perfect moment. Let's strike a few poses, guys and gals. They cannot use the ninjas, but I can. So I'm going to ask my ninja to come and help me give all our teams a microphone so I can ask them a few questions. Because you know what? We're going to have some fun with them. So while we're waiting to decide who's going to be representing Canada, I'm going to ask you a few questions to make things interesting. It's a little bit like, you know, those contests they have about, you know, Miss Canada and Miss America and all that stuff. We're going to go and we're going to do something like that. I'm going to start with Team Axolot. Team Axolot, according to you, what would make you a good candidate team for Canada for next year?
Because I think we love learning and teaching to each other and to everyone, in fact. And also, I was Team Canada in 2019. So I think I'm still a good... No, seriously, and it's mostly that we want to share and want to learn from other countries.
Yes, of course. And je vais le dire en français. C'est bon français? Comme Andrea l'a dit, on a Dol en fait. On a déjà participé à plusieurs compétitions à travers le monde déjà. On connaît ça, on aime beaucoup ça, mais ce qu'on préférait, c'est pouvoir aller représenter le Canada en tant que personne. Avant, bien sûr, le talent qu'on veut démontrer qui vient du Canada. Mais on veut montrer à quel point on est des gens cool ici, puis je pense qu'on peut représenter ça facilement.
Question sideline. Dol, est-ce que tu vas refaire le roller coaster?
Non.
Team Passeke. Passeke. Pas assez de café. Team Passeke. Ça va bien? Si vous étiez nommé équipe Canada 2023, quelle serait la première chose que vous feriez?
Starbucks.
Pourquoi?
Parce qu'on tripe sur Starbucks avec... On va faire avec du Starbucks. Ou du bubble tea.
Team AnniMae, should you be chosen to go to Japan, what would be your biggest fear about competing over there?
Disappointing everyone.
No!
I would be scared of getting sick and passing that along to others. That would not be fun.
I just want to say, most likely on behalf of the entire WCS organization, there is no way that if you make your way to Nagano, Japan, you will ever be able to disappoint anyone. What makes your team so particularly able to make such energetic presentations?
We have both ADHD. And we both take pills for that, so...
That's pretty much it.
Donc le secret, c'est pas le café ou le sucre ou quoi que ce soit. C'est vraiment un surplus d'imagination.
Well, imagine with coffee or Monster.
Équipe parce que qu'est-ce que vous pensez présentement de la scène canadienne de cosplay?
On a des beaux costumes, on a des bonnes personnes qui font des belles présentations. Ça prendrait plus de monde qui viennent essayer le World Cosplay Summit. Ou juste faire comme nous, juste avoir le fun sur scène, présenter quelque chose juste pour montrer à tout le monde comment on est beau. Des super belles présentations. Tu as 2 minutes et demie sur scène, ça peut faire quelque chose de vraiment, vraiment nice.
Donc, vous aimeriez ça. I'm going to say it in English because we're in Quebec, we understand French, but I want the rest of Canada to understand as well. You would like to see some other cosplay group from the rest of Canada to come here and perform on stage and have fun and get a chance to go to Japan.
Well, I mean, we have a lot of great teams and for all of Canada. And we're only 3 teams today. It would be great if there was so many more teams available to come here and participate because, I mean, you have 2.5 minutes on stage and it's so awesome and it's such an experience. And from all the people that I know a lot of you can do something great and awesome. Woo!
Team AnniMae, tell us of a time when you showed great flexibility and what was the situation and the outcome?
I taught during COVID. Yep. I had to transition from being in class 1 week to being online on Discord with the next week. Yeah.
So you had the whole Muppet Show going on your screen.
I actually purchased a drawing tablet. It came over the weekend, and I learned how to draw with it. So I was teaching science and math with like Khan Academy inspiration. Fashion, so sometimes I'm in a studio and other times my boss will be halfway through the day and be like, hey, I need you to work in the store and talk to customers, and that's pretty much my life. So yeah, I have to be very flexible for my work too as well. Both of us do.
Going back to our team Axolot, should you be selected as Team Canada 2023, you've already been to Japan, but what would you be looking forward to the most this time around?
C'est toujours à propos de... Oui, gagner c'est le fun, mais l'expérience en arrière, rencontrer une nouvelle personne. Il y a 3 mois, j'ai eu la chance d'aller en Suisse à Polymanga, et puis au début, j'y allais avec une mentalité pour gagner. Puis ça a pris 1 heure ou 2 de rencontrer les autres participants, puis tout de suite, j'ai compris que c'était plus à propos de forger des amitiés, rencontrer des nouvelles personnes qui sont talentueuses. Donc si on va au Japon, c'est ce que j'ai le plus hâte. J'ai hâte de rencontrer les autres équipes à travers le monde.
And me, I just want to go back in the onsen and dance naked. That's it.
The whole reason you're here today.
Going in the onsen and dance naked.
I mean, she's honest. We'll give her that. There should be point for honesty. Équipe Passeke, comment est-ce que vous gérez le stress d'un événement comme le WCS ou quand vous faites des mascarades? S'il y a quelqu'un qui travaille chez Starbucks, s'il vous plaît, comme on va prendre leur commandite, ça va nous faire plaisir. Boy.
I think we found our top customer.
If you want to sponsor us, we're always open. Starbucks.
I can see that next year. WCS Canada, sponsored by Starbucks.
Basket.
C'est même pas comme on nourrit l'imagination des cosplayers. Non, c'est basket. Just because.
That actually sounds like a good
Team AnniMae, when was the last time you met a group of new people? And when you did so, what did you do first?
So we both attended AnniMae North a couple weeks ago, and we were in the masquerade. And there's a whole new crop of people coming up in the performance and masquerade competitions. So of course, the first thing we do is we go over and we say, "Hi, my name is Meg." "And I'm Annie." "And we love your costumes." And then we proceeded to have a dance party with everyone backstage. As you do.
Now, just because I'm curious, is that your way of tiring them out before they go on stage? So you make sure that you win that way? Is that like a technique?
Well, actually, they're just genuinely always in amazing costumes, so there is that. I genuinely like the costumes. Yeah, and also, people tend to be nervous, and I personally find that dancing helps get rid of that energy.
Are you nervous right now?
A little bit. Am I dancing?
Est-ce que vous êtes nerveuse? Axolot, est-ce que vous êtes nerveux? Are you nervous?
Well, no, but I can't wait to go to the bathroom, actually.
C'est un problème qu'il y a eu au WCS ce matin aussi. I won't make you dance because I'm afraid for Team Axolot. So, after a long day, Team Axolot, of WCS competition, out of frustration, another team posts an angry message on social media about the event. How do you react?
It will depend on who posts something. If it's one of my friends, I would probably contact it and provide to know what's happened. But mostly we try to stay positive and not respond to aggression, and just we'll probably do a post about how we love our experience and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think the best thing to do is to just not get involved in something that can be frustrating. I think there's some people that can that are directly involved into resolving the problems. And like she said, if some people that we know, of course we want to bring them some support. If we want to be sure that they are healthy, right here, everywhere. So if they're good, that's it.
So remember, kids, don't fuel the drama.
Fuck the hate.
Or we send Team Axolot after you. Équipe Passeke, on sait que les journées pour le WCS, c'est des très longues journées, puis au Japon, c'est encore pire parce que c'est vraiment chaud, très humide. Comment est-ce que vous pensez conserver votre énergie jusqu'à ce que vos responsabilités soient finies?
Can you guess the answer? Also, she has a toddler, so...
Starbucks!
Also, like I said, she has a toddler, so she's used to not sleeping. What is sleep?
What is sleep?
Maybe. Well, in a few years, you're going to be making costumes for the toddler to go to Japan. Team AnniMae, working as a team can be very stressful sometimes. How do you work through issues and arguments with your teammates?
We talk to each other, you know, like adults should. We tend to be very open about accepting criticisms from each other. We're also very mild in nature in general, so it takes a lot to get us frustrated and angry. Yeah, we're really good at openly critiquing each other's work, as well as when we're performing and practicing our performance and such, saying, hey, maybe you could try doing this. We do it in a well-mannered way, and also in a way don't get to the point of getting too frustrated, because by the point we get to there, we've already talked about it. We're very good at open communication with each other because we work together so long.
All right, so now we're going to go from team to team with the same questions, because I'm curious about your process that led you here today. Starting with Team Axolot, you guys decided on making this particular cosplay.
I decide.
To no one's surprise. So you decided to make this cosplay, and he came along.
Because my boyfriend said no.
Maybe he knows better.
Seriously, I always want to do a contest with Axel, so it's just a good hand, and my boyfriend said no.
She made a list on Excel with like 15 different ideas.
So she's still doing the list then?
Yes. And there was only one mention with like 2 characters with a full paragraph on the side with why we should do them. And the others were just like, Luffy and Zoro or whatever and whatever. But we can do Alpha and Voran because this. It's a big armor, Axel. You will like it. Yes.
So what was the most complicated thing to actually make in the entire cosplay?
Personally, I made the props, the swords, and it's probably like not trying, seeing me like pouring the silicone to make the mold, because silicone is expensive, and I passed like 4 buckets of silicone just to make the swords. So that I think was the most hardest part, and also do all the lights inside, because I'm not a pro in that. I have a good teacher for that, but I try my best.
I think it came out great.
Not so long ago, I was stuck in France for 3 months. Well, it's a good situation, but it's not good since you have a costume to make. So I decided to push myself in 3D modeling to take some aller de l'avant, prendre de l'avance, take some advance, whatever. So it was not easy at all because I just modeled something like once, but it was very satisfying in the end to see it come to life and being like, wow, I did it, shit.
L'équipe Passeke, question similaire parce que vous avez quand même eu des quick change pendant votre performance, quelque chose qui est jamais vraiment facile à gérer.
En fait, au début, on avait un autre plan. Il y a 3 semaines, on s'est dit on n'arrivera pas à le faire à temps.
Puis là, vous êtes allé chez Starbucks.
Non, on est allé chercher l'épicerie. On s'est parlé, on a fait, il y a un clip dessus en chemin, on pourrait faire ça nous. C'était déjà dans nos plans, on voulait faire ça pour une mascarade, mais la WCS, ça tombait plus à point parce que 2 minutes et demie sur stage, on avait le temps de faire toutes les quick changes qu'on voulait. Et donc le plus dur, ça a vraiment été le fait qu'on s'est décidé il y a 3 semaines. Et tout commandé, tout préparé. Moi qui travaille à temps plein, avec un enfant à temps plein. Donc c'était vraiment tout coordonner ça. Il y a eu un petit peu moins de sommeil dans les dernières semaines. Bien tout fini. Mais on est content des résultats.
AnniMae, what was the most complex thing that you had to work on for your cosplay?
So I spent 76 hours pattern drafting. So I learned how to make my own patterns from scratch, and it was my first time, and I'm crazy. Probably the element of making and pattern drafting all of our patterns from scratch is definitely probably one of those elements. And Para's part was teaching me how to pattern draft. She's a good teacher. Yes, you are.
We don't actually get a chance to talk about the process in length. For those of you who don't know, pattern making is actually tracing lines on either paper or plastic if you want, and then cutting out those pieces and then cutting them out in fabric, and then putting them together, and then you end up with some amazing results like you see here. But it sounds super easy, but when you're actually making your own, it's not that easy. Because you have to understand how the body works.
It's geometry, it's taking your own measurements and like turning that into like a flat thing to turn it into a 3D thing. Boobs are hard to pattern.
Facts. And there's no two that are the same.
I can confirm that.
So, out of curiosity, did you make your pattern on paper or plastic? Because I saw someone use plastic recently in a documentary, and I was extremely curious about that process.
So I used paper. Just it was easier to kind of draw on, and I made so many mock-ups. I almost went through my entire bolt of muslin that I got on Amazon. I need to get more.
All right. Well, thank you, Amazon. So Amazon and Starbucks.
And I got to use a nice pattern drafting paper because my local fabric land decided to close. So they're like, hey, it's 75% off for a giant roll. Except also, like, they're gone.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, teams, we have come to the point where we will be making the winner announcement. Nous allons donc présenter les prix. Hier soir, il y a près de 60 équipes juste avant de cosplayers qui ont célébré leur passion pour le cosplay en participant à la mascarade annuelle d'Otakuthon. Last night, close to 60 teams of cosplayers celebrated their passion for cosplay by entering Otakuthon's annual masquerade, and the winners of the masquerade will be announced later today in 517A. Les gagnants de la mascarade seront dévoilés à la remise des prix de la mascarade au 517A. In 5 minutes, so we're going to do this very quickly. I would like to thank, before we do anything, Shana Valentate, Erica Pai, and Sunil Pai, as well as Yuriko from Kimono Vintage for helping me look this good. Go see her downstairs in the dealer's room. She's awesome. I would like to welcome our great assistant director to the stage, Shana Valentate. Give a round of applause. I want to thank our competitors, Team Axolot, Team Passeke, and Team AnniMae. And as I thank them, I would like to invite them back on the stage. Team CNF Cosplay Factory, please join us on stage. And Team Asagao, Niema Suryon, and Nafuli-chan. I'd like to thank all of our audience as well for supporting us at the WCS and all of our competitors. But now, ladies and gentlemen, please let me give the mic to Shauna, who will be able to announce the winners of this year's Canadian preliminaries.
Okay, good, it's working. This was an extremely difficult decision. We've been in the back and arguing. That's the way to describe it. So the runner-ups this year are Team Axolot. Proud to announce that Team Canada 2023 is Team AnniMae.